And here we are. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. It's always you know what kind of a Monday it is, Laura? It is a mystical Monday musings morning. Oh, try that. 4 M's. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. And
A lot.
here on the East Coast, we not only have the triple M, we also have the triple H's coming in.
What are
Hazy, hot, and humid. So 100 degrees.
humid?
Yeah.
Not my friend. And I have to tell you, hey Ren and Beth, good morning. Good morning. Beth, you're on my list to call today. Um, Speaking of lists of people, one of your followers, who followed you a long time ago, she and I became friends. She actually came to um my wedding. She also came to Scamania. She's here visiting. She's in the other room. She's got pajamas on. We don't want to show her. So, she's laughing. So Gabriella, Gabriella
Oh,
Nikes.
yeah.
So
Hi, Gabriella.
hello. She's waving. All right. Good morning, Delora. Hope you're feeling better. And Jean, hello. Maria, hello. And Chris, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Joy, good morning, Joy. So good to see you from Illinois. I was going to say from Illinois, but I'm going to say from Iowa. Um, so, good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Elias Patras. I am an intuitive motivator, psychic medium, and I am always, always so honored to be with my wonderful friend.
Hi, I'm Laura Wooster. I'm on the East Coast. Elias on the West Coast. Hello. I'm an intuitive medium and do a lot of the similar work that Elias does. What's that? Sound effects?
It's Laura's special sound effects, everybody. Yeah.
That's an old reference. We're showing our age now.
We
25 years probably at least.
Jill says, good morning, Stacy. Did you just out the G lady? The Greek lady? Yes, I just did out her. Yes, I did, Delora. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you, Laura, for being with everyone last week. I was in Sacramento doing a remote viewing filming for something coming up for a streaming network show. I'll keep you posted. I don't know
to hear about that.
Yeah. So what do we got today?
All right. So let's see. So today I am pulling from my most favorite deck is the Psychic Tarot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so the card that I pulled for everybody is, and don't freak out when you see this, okay? People look at this and they go, oh my goodness, it's terrible. Terrible news, terrible. No, it's not. It's actually good news. Suffering and silence. Now, notice the blue border around this card. Now, this is all about the mental energy. And most of the time when these blue cards come up with the blue border, it's all about recognizing, we live most of our lives in our head. Like this is where our world is, right? So keep in mind this point. It says suffering and silence. What this means is, where are you overthinking things, becoming your worst enemy, worrying about things to the point where it's not even an enjoyable because you worry about it so much? It's time to let go of those things. Time to really look at the positive and what's possible, positively possible, and also recognizing there's two sides to every story too. That if something happens, don't always go to the worst case scenario. That someone says something to you, something happens, it's because of this or that. It's time to step back and say, could it be for a different reason? Could it be for a good reason? And you just don't recognize it, and you're becoming your worst enemy. So a lot of us can do that to ourselves, can't we? We become our worst enemy, and I think it becomes from trauma. Perhaps we're always trying to foresee the things, try to foresee the worst case scenario so that we can guard against it. I mean, anybody who's been through anything traumatic kind of does that. We go into that worry space. So it's time to let that go. It's time to think more positively here and recognizing that the world that exists the way you see the world is through your own mind. And this is where we spend most of our time, is in our own mind. So remember that. Try to create a healthy space, a healthy mindset, a positive mindset. It doesn't mean to just sort of bypass everything that needs to be worked on, or to pretend things are great when they're not, and things need to be worked on. But where are you becoming your worst enemy? Where are you making things far worse than they need to be? So simple as that. What do you have, Elias?
I've been using this deck for a little bit now. It just came out about a month ago. It's Denise Linn's The Time Traveler's Oracle deck. It's just a really fascinating visual deck for me. And I always get the head tingles when I shuffle the deck. So it's really good. I'm hearing psst from the stairwell. Yes. She's like, "Psst, yes, I like it." Okay. Thank you. Voices from beyond.
That's awesome.
Everybody likes to sit on my staircase. It's right there whenever I'm going live when they come to visit. I don't know why. I'm like, just put on different clothes and come sit next to me. Okay.
You need a live audience. That's what you need.
That's it. Just happens to be behind here.
Yeah.
The card for today is planning. Planning. So it's a really beautiful card. Obviously, this is from Peru, but planning. So think about it. We all want to manifest stuff. We all want to bring things into fruition. And we're like, all right, I am a writer. I am a writer. I am a writer. But are we actually, thank you, are we actually planning for it?
Yeah.
You can put it out there, but what's your plan to get there? Are you actually making a plan to research? What does it take to write a book? Are you looking up certain authors that you like? Are you interviewing anybody? Are you interviewing a publication company? What does it take to get where you want to be? So you need to plan those things. For example, what happens if you live in a really hot and humid place? And did you plan for having more drinks, cold water? Maybe you have to get another air conditioner if you don't have central air. What are those things that you need to do to say, okay, I'm going to be cool today. I'm going to plan this. Or if you live, let's say, in a place that has tornadoes, are you planning the route that you take or the safety that you need? Everything needs a plan. So you can put out there what you want, but also plan it to make it into fruition. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
Very good. Those are actually good cards together. Have a healthy mindset about occurrences in your life, and also plan for the life that you want.
That's true.
Very good. So, what does Joy say? The peanut gallery seats of the past.
Lost in the Mystic, Grand Rising, Rhonda. Good morning. The peanut gallery seats are the best. Because when Delora was here, she was doing the same thing. She sat on the steps. I'm from Michigan, so layers. Yes. Ren says, "Thank goodness for AC." You got that right. Let me tell you, I would not. I would be very crabby. Let me just tell you, I get really crabby when it's hot and humid. Not the best. Not the best. Anybody have any questions for us? Anything that you have a specific question that you like to get answered? Joy says she hit the wrong button and went off somewhere.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out, like, what do you mean into the mystic? Especially in Houston, I bet. Yeah, I don't know.
No, thank you. I left Chicago because, well, one of the reasons why I left Chicago is it's so humid in Chicago. Have you been, Laura, to Chicago?
I've been there, but I just kind of like was indoors the whole time. So I really didn't get to see Chicago.
Okay. Well, you know what? Next time you go, let me know. I will be your personal tour guide, and I'll take you to all the good places to eat. Do you guys have a good Greek food section where you live?
Oh my gosh. Yes, we have a a large Greek population here. So
Oh, very
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
When you come to visit, we'll have to go.
Well, I
There's
will.
many Greek places around.
Okay. And then did you ever have your your Greek grinds, coffee grinds read?
No, I haven't.
So there's a thing back in the day where all the aunties would get together and the grandmas and stuff like, oh, honey, let me read your coffee. So you finish the Greek coffee and it's thick. It's like, isn't it like mud?
It's it's a little bit of a thicker coffee.
It's like mud. So it's
I've
far
actually
thicker.
I've only tasted it in readings when Greek parents come through and like, oh, your dad's talking about the Greek coffee. And I'm like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
there such a thing? Like, yes, there is. Yeah.
It's like Turkish coffee is what it is. But
Okay.
we just say Greek coffee. So you drink it, and then after you drink it, they take the saucer and they flip it over. So all the grinds form, and then they read like a tea leaf reading. They read the
Yeah.
formation of what the grinds, the gook on the bottom of the coffee.
Leaf reading, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll have to do that for fun. We'll have to do that on the air sometime.
Oh yeah,
That'd be great.
that would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
I've done plate reading. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's just similar. It's just same thing. It's just, a visual.
Interesting. Anyone got a question for us on this beautiful Monday, June 17th?
Joy says it resembles hell today. I'm so sorry. Hope you can find a cool place and a tall glass, cool place to stay and a tall glass of tea. Iced tea. Okay. You're saying grinds, but it's really sludge. That's to Laura.
Yeah, so it would be true. Sludge. It would be sludge.
Mm.
I've got something for us. These two cards keep on coming up, and I'm wondering what your take on this is, everyone, because it is a little bit about, Laura and I both like to teach, so it's also about stretching your own intuition, stretching what your perception is. So two of the cards that keep on falling out each time I shuffle, I'll show you what the first one is, and here's the second one. And I love the visual on this. Truth.
Ooh.
And then right behind truth is communication.
Oh, so talking stick and communication. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a talking stick at the bottom.
Right, exactly. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, talking stick, and then Oracle of Delphi, communication. So what do you guys get from these two cards? Truth and communication. It'd be interesting for you guys to put it in the thing. Hi, Michelle. Beautiful with the cards. Good to see you. And Cindy, good to see you. And where is Chris from Iowa does have a question. Hey, Chris, what should I focus on at the July retreat? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. While we're looking at that, why don't you guys post? What do you get from those two cards? Truth and communication. And remember, no answer is a wrong answer. It's your interpretation. That's really important to remember. Your interpretation. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So Ren says taking turns listening to those in your life. That would be like talking stick. Yeah. And miscommunication. Yeah. And sometimes it's saying, I think it also can mean as well, which is probably in line with this, is being comfortable, just because someone is speaking their truth doesn't mean you're being attacked. A lot of times people think if someone's saying something that's true for them, and it may or may not be your own experience, they're feeling attacked, right? So, but don't always think because someone is speaking their truth of their own experience that it's against you or they're trying to take you down for some reason. There seems to be a lot of that happening lately, especially on social media in certain realms. And so just keep that in mind, that to remind people, hey, this is my experience. This is what I am observing. It's not an attack, so clear communication. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. And Rhonda says, being honest with self and using communication with love. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Joy says, authentic communication. And Michelle, truth, communication, speaking, and connecting your inner truth.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true.
Good.
And Chris from Iowa, interesting card. Very interesting card. Reflection. That is what you should be looking at in July is reflection. What is mirroring for you lately? How do you see yourself in another, or how do you see a situation looking like your situation? And also self-reflection, looking at maybe you're journaling a little bit more. So this can be seen in many ways, but this is a beautiful card. Mount Shasta in California.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I chose 2 cards. So I got patience
Oh, patience.
and balance. So when these 2 together, and I think that goes in line as well with what you have, Elias. Um, don't go in with an agenda. Okay, have some patience before you go into this retreat, and just allow it to speak to you throughout the whole time that you're there. Just allow it to just be what it's going to be. The balance, to me, this always reminds me of a pendulum going into
Mhm.
balance. And where's the resting spot when it stops, right? So it's very similar to what you just had with the card you have there. Is what was the card that you had, the top of it?
Mount Shasta reflection.
Reflection. So when you leave the retreat is probably when you're going to find why you were there. Okay, so it's about when you come to rest and you're in time. All right, after your retreat, you'll know why you were there. Just let it unfold in front of you. Let it be what it's going to be. Try not to go hunting for something. Just let it be, and just experience it. And then when you come back to your resting place away from the retreat after, you most likely will find why you were there. All right, hope that makes sense. Okay.
Truth, communication, speaking, and connecting with your inner truth. Dolores says, it feels like I need to have a conversation with myself and admit my truth to myself. I
Ooh,
like that a lot.
mm,
Maria says, I'm in a situation where someone is speaking their truth, which I understand, but other people blame me for it. Struggling
mm.
with this right now. Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much like what we just talked about in the previous cards, is someone needing to speak their truth, but not for people not taking it personally, and also for blame, placing blame. I'm sorry that you're struggling with that. I can understand why that would be very challenging. I'm gonna pull a card for you, Maria.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, base chakra. Staying grounded. So base chakra, as we all know, is connecting to our physical being, Mother Earth. So this would be a good time to focus on going for walks. Because a lot of times when we're ruminating over something, and we worry about something, movement actually helps to move that and to process that. So move a lot, get walking, do something, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes at a time. Just keep moving. It's a really great way to really process those emotions that you're going through. And I can understand why you're angry or upset or disappointed or whatever you might be feeling with how people are treating you. What are you picking up, Elias?
So the card that I had, which is interesting,
Mhm.
it's vitality. And what do you think about, Maria, when you think about the sun? What is it with vitality? You know, you are, and going with the other cards, like this is kind of like a whole story here. But when you stand in your truth, you are shining, you are shining bright. And I think sometimes in our world, when people are threatened by us and we're not doing any harm, my belief is that there's a jealousy there. There's jealousy or envious, same thing, but they're envious about our happiness or envious about, and they take it to mean there's something about them. If you're just speaking your truth and you're causing no harm, you're standing in your own truth. and vitality of you, the energy of you. It's so weird. I'm hearing this, so I'm just going to tell you. The va-va-voom of you is important. It's really important. Don't let anyone diminish or dimmer your light.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it.
Yeah.
And real quick, Chris says, first of all, Chris said, thank you. You're welcome. And my mom's here too. And she says, hi. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. Well, not good to see you. Glad you're there. Glad
Glad to see that you're there.
you're there. Ryan has a question. I didn't get an interview with a job that I was highly qualified for. Any insights?
Okay. Can pull a couple of cards here. Oh, lovely. Okay. All right. So first of all, I'm going to ask you a few questions, but don't answer yet until I get through all the cards. So, Ren, the first card that comes up is third eye chakra. Okay. Mm-hmm. Even though you didn't get this interview, do you still see, I mean, this probably indicates that you still see yourself doing this type of work, this type of a position or job. You must still be able to see that intuitively, yes, even though you didn't get a chance with this particular job position. The other thing too, universe. Oftentimes when this comes up, especially in a job search, it means that there's more out there for you. Right? Go for a broader search. There's definitely, yeah, she said yes. They said yes on, yeah. And then love begins. It's a flow of abundance. And this is not romantic love. This is passion for the work that you do and enjoying your work. So, and also a flow of abundance, all of that. So it's coming. It's an issue of location rather than job. It's you hold on to that vision of that particular position that you want. Even though this did not pan out, my sense is that you know that you're going to probably end up in a position like that, but just possibly a different place, or another opportunity to come up with the same company. So I feel really good, even though you didn't get this interview. I feel really good about this vision that you have of doing this work. What are you picking up, Elias?
It's funny because I shuffled and because they're new, I don't like to go so yeah. I just, I'll shuffle them like this and bring them together. And then I shuffled them about 4 or 5 times. And look what the card that we got that came up. So think about this, Ren, insights. I'm going to take this as it didn't have your best interest at heart. It didn't align with your truth. So like Laura was saying, there's probably something really good that's aligning with what you want and who you are. And here's a suggestion. If you think about your own personal mission, what is your personal mission? I'm not talking about your purpose, but your mission. What is it what's your personal work mission? What are you hoping to get from the job, with the job, for the job? What is the job providing for you? Does the job or the company's mission statement align with your beliefs? Does it speak with your truth? So think about that. Think about that.
I really do feel like, because I can almost feel the disappointment coming through the words. And I just feel like there's going to be something better, and you're going to be happy that this other opportunity showed up rather than this one. Yeah, I think something's coming for you. Quite a couple of months, you'll start to see a little more. You'll start to see the light around that. Another card I pulled for you, Ren. The sacral chakra. Okay, so it's coming. It's coming. I'm curious, Ren, if this is in management or something, or I don't know what this is, but I just kept feeling as soon as I saw this card, I felt like management. And you're working, you have a team or something. That's what I keep seeing with you.
That makes sense. Is it at the same place? What she said, it's an issue of location rather than the job. Doing this work, but I want to move out of the South.
Mm-hmm. I think those things are going to come together, but I think there's going to be there's something in the middle here, something in between where you want to be and where you are now. Yeah, higher ed, but I wanted to get into leadership. I think it's coming. So I think there's something in between. There's sort of this other opportunity that may not be quite the right fit just yet, but getting closer. And there's going to be something else on the other side of that. So just know that it's coming. I really do. I really feel like it's right around you. I think within the next, you'll probably see some evidence of it in the next couple of months. But I know this seems like a long way away, but like 8 months away, there's going to be a bigger leap here. All right. So, and it's somewhere in between leading up to that. You'll see some movement. Okay. So hold on to that. Hold on to that vision of what that looks like. Don't be too focused on where it is, what company it is, or what organization it is. More about, okay, what's it going to feel like when you get there? What's it going to be like when you're working where you want to work, and not necessarily certain organization. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the past year's been rough. I'm sorry. Hold tight to the vision, but maybe not necessarily the finer details. Okay.
Davy Jones says hello.
Hello, Davy.
And would like a message from the spirits in Drawn.
In Drawn?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. You know, you know what I keep getting? I feel like I've got a woman who keeps coming through. I don't know if it's for Davy or for somebody, or maybe for Ren, but I just feel like there's a woman coming through who feels like they worked in the medical field. I almost thought that she was a nurse, but I'm not. She might have a nursing background, but she was doing something else medical. And I feel like she was probably in her late 60s, maybe early 70s, but she feels like to me, 70s is young, but she feels like a young 70s. I just feel like this. So Davy says, yes, I know her. So you understand this person on the other side, Davy? No. No, David says no. Okay, that's okay. So hopefully someone understands who this person is. I feel like no, I feel a little older than that. A little bit older, not by much though. And I feel like this person, I almost thought this was a mom, but they feel more auntie to me, someone who had been like an aunt. Or an older cousin, somebody like that. And I just feel like this person's coming through because whoever needs to hear this, they need a little lift today. They needed to know that spirit was hearing them talking and saying, please send me something. Please send me something to let me know that you're all listening up there. So I'm hoping this makes sense to somebody. I feel like she did retire. I don't think she worked into her early late 60s, early 70s. The name Chris might be around. It might not have to be her name because someone around them, Chris something or other. Yeah, so I'm hoping that makes sense. If anybody hears this, just let me know and if it makes sense to you. Okay. Did you see another question, Elias?
Yes, I did, and it was from Jerry. Would like a card on selling my house.
Okay. Alrighty. Still on the stairs?
Well, we now have a crowd on the stairs. Gabriella and her daughter, and normally it'd be the dogs barking, but the dogs are at doggy daycare. So so fascinating, these cards, I'm telling you. Fascinating. What did you get, Laura, for this one?
Oh, that you were pulling a card. Sorry.
I did, but I wanted to see what.
Accelerated motion. Card. Okay, so are you okay? If your house is not on the market yet, it's going to sell fast when it does. If it hasn't, if it's been on the market, it probably will be. Gosh, it feels like it's gonna like overnight, kind of weird thing. Like it's gonna feel really quiet. Are you considering changing realtors, representation, or something? Was there some? Did you just get new people coming in to represent you in this deal? In selling your house? There's something here about a turning of a page, which is going to make things move faster with the house. So if it's just going on the market, or you haven't put it on the market and you're preparing for that, once you put it on the market, it's going to go really quickly. Or there's a change here, a changing of the guard in a sense, and that's going to move. No, it hasn't. So I'm saying Okay, Jerry says no. So it hasn't gone on the market yet. I'm assuming is what you mean. Okay.
Yep.
When it does, it will probably go quickly. Oh, so you do have a realtor. Oh, okay. I hope you heard what I just said. There you go. Yeah. All right. So yeah. I think when you change realtors, not okay, on market, not sold. Okay, there we go. There's a changing of the guard that I feel like will happen. So this moves quicker. So if your gut is telling you that you're feeling kind of pulled towards the decision of changing realtors, I think that's what we're referring to here. So are you picking up the same thing, Elias?
Yeah, I am. And hi, Jerry. Jerry was actually at the Dem when I was in Sacramento. So
Oh, fantastic.
so great to meet you. Um, so interesting again, this card. And you guys, I've been shuffling them all this time. Communication. So I'm thinking that once you communicate to this new person or communicate, I was thinking like you've got to have a talk with yourself to say, what's the best thing for me here? And I'm not getting what I need. So yes, like Laura's saying, definitely go to
Yeah. If you've been feeling that push to maybe like, oh, I don't know if it feels right with this
yeah,
realtor, I would consider maybe looking at a different one. And when you do, it probably will move quickly. Let us know, Jerry.
and everybody that's new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Sherry Lee, good to see you. Thanks for being on here. And I'm going to pronounce your name incorrectly. So,
So Rob?
Sarab, Sarab Gupta, hello. Thank you for being here. So, we're here every Monday, everyone, at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. We're here for about 20 to 30 minutes ish. And we'll do some intuitive messages. Sometimes we'll bring somebody on. We'll do that next week. We'll bring somebody on and give them a read for them. And do we have time for one more, Laura?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
And if anybody's watching this after we've been alive and they understand about the person that was coming through, just drop a comment. I'll check back later. Very curious. Hi, Michael. Oh, we love you too.
Thanks.
Michael, so sweet. So sweet. She's wonderful.
So let me ask you, Laura, because I want to, and um, I want to just link up for a moment.
Sure.
Would you, Laura, understand if I said that the woman that you said was a nurse in probably a medical field, I am smelling, and you all know I'm Greek, so it's always going to go to food first, guys, just so y'all know. Um, it feels like she made her own candy. Like I feel like there is like I'm seeing water boiling, but it's sugary water, and it's got a color to it, and it's almost like this liquid was made into candy. Like I don't know, there's something that's
Hmm.
candy like making. Now I'm seeing what are those little things called, that meringue, little meringue cookies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that means. So
Yum.
I don't know if that makes sense for you.
Rock candy? I don't know.
Mhm.
Dolores says rock candy. I wasn't feeling rock candy when were you feeling rock
No, I
candy?
wasn't feeling rock candy. Like I'm tasting peppermint.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have no
Well,
idea.
we'll see if there's a connection to that. So even if that person, if there's some kind of connection in between, just let us know. Because I'm kind of feeling that a little bit here, that there's some connection to somebody with either it's her or somebody that's connected to her that works with. And that's have you ever tried to make your own candy? It's like, it's not easy.
I watched it on the Food Network show, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not doing all that. That's like
I
buy all
need a lot of leeway. Making candy doesn't do.
it doesn't. Oh wait, Davy said she did make candies and she liked cooking.
Oh, she did make it. I'm curious what kind of candies. Does any of this resonate, like what Elias was saying about the candies? That's very interesting, because that not too many people make candies. So
Yeah, that's why it's so, I
But
don't
the
know if
age didn't make sense to you, though. Everything else did, Davy, is what it sounds like.
okay.
All right. Okay.
Fascinating. There was a question on here, and I'm trying to scroll back. So where is it? Where is it? Um,
70s. Okay. Hmm. All right.
okay, that was it. It was a question about um, can the car? Oh, it's from Cindy, and yeah. See, here's my take on this. Can a card tell me if I'm going to sink or swim?
Oh,
You got to be very careful with how you ask things, first of all. And second of all, who is it up to if you're going to sink or swim? Is it up to the magic of the cards or is it up to you?
yeah.
The cards can help you in a direction of what is it it's the how do I succeed in this? How do I not fail from this? The how is really important.
Mm,
So be
yeah.
because this is all interpretive, many interpretations. But I don't know, Laura, what do you think?
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of a good analogy for this.
Yeah.
Um, there's always going to be stuff that happens in life all the time. And there's always going to be something. Nobody's immune to the ups and downs of life. It's going to happen. But we all know, we all know some people who they might have a down, like something not so great happen, and it ends up being a big saga, right? And then other people, they could have something not so great happen, and they go, you know what? I'm just going to take it as it comes, and we'll just we'll get through this. Very different approach. Are you going to sink or swim? It's really how you approach things. It's taking things one at a time, recognizing some things are in our power and some things aren't, and recognizing what those things are that we can change. And most of that is in our own mind. Like, what is it in our, how can we look at this differently? So before you go into panic when something happens, am I going to sink or swim? What can I do today to get to the shore here a little bit or closer to the shore? It doesn't, it's not all or nothing here. Like, what can I get a little bit closer to the shore? And then next thing you know, you're at the shore. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll answer this quickly, and then
Yeah.
we've got to say goodbye, guys. But
Yeah.
where
Wow.
is she? She said she would like a message on love regarding her marriage.
Well, things get better between me and my wife. Okay, there's a second part to that.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so we're going to change that to what do you need to know about your marriage? Okay. And your
And
relationship.
you see how Laura did that, you guys? It's not the will, because the will is up to you.
Yeah.
It's more that's an action piece. Will I order pizza today? I don't know. Do you want to? It's that kind of it's that kind of a thing. Um, Back to the food. It's always about food. Will things get better between me and my wife? Okay.
Okay. So I pulled 3 cards for this question. Okay. First card is sacrifice. Don't panic. Okay. Second one's transformation. Third one, obstacles and challenges. Now, this is not a bad thing. People panic when they see obstacles and challenge sometimes. But look at this. Look at these beautiful light, light orbs around all of this. And then, in between this bridge, there's a little bit of a step there. Okay. There's a little challenge here coming to you. But look at the light that's all around you. This is the support. This is what's available to you energetically. So, transformation. What this could indicate is that, I've been married for over 30 years. Okay. And
Got married at 2, guys. She got married when she was 2.
and it's not easy. And there's a thing that I read a couple of times that was really interesting. It's being married for a long time to someone is marrying every version of them and every person they become. So there's no way that we're the same people 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And so a lot of times when transformation comes up in relationships, it means that there's a little bit of a growth thing here. And sometimes it feels like we're moving apart, and they have to adjust communications, the way to communicate with each other. You're probably, sometimes we learn how to communicate with someone, and the other person is not quite there yet, so they have to catch up. So it's a little bit of, turning around, seeing where the other person is, recognizing where they are, and then trying to help them to understand where you are. But knowing that you'll at some point come back on the same playing field, and it'll again, at some point it'll go again, and you have to like readjust again. So that's what I'm kind of picking up around here, that you may be in a situation here where one of you is growing a little bit quicker than the other in some way, shape, or fashion, and the other one is either has to get used to that and being okay with that that the other person may not be exactly on the same playing field at this moment, but it doesn't mean it's going to sink your marriage. It's an adjustment. It's a getting to know the person that they are now, and recognizing how you are as well. How is this changing you? And getting to know each other again. It's always getting to know each other again. All right.
It's really cool what Dolores said. A marriage is a promise to stick it out.
Yeah, as long as you're in a safe place.
Right.
Yeah, mentality. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's sometimes there's a gap, and it has to always be a level of respect, though. Deep down at this core of everything, there needs to be a level of respect. And if it's continually someone striving to maintain that level of respect, without going too far off track here, then stick it out. If it's a consistent tearing down, we're not talking about that. Okay, that's a totally different thing. Right. So I hope that makes sense. Elias, what would you like to add to that?
And this goes with what Laura's saying. It's activation. What is it that you need to dive in to activate? Is it understanding? Is it there's a action step that needs to happen? And what Laura was saying was all about, what is, it feels like, and I'm going to say this because it's a visual, it's like you're going deeper, you're taking a step down, which doesn't mean that you're lowering yourself. You're taking a step down to understand, what is this next level? What is the next in depth? Because like Laura was saying, marriage is always changing. You change. You can change yearly, monthly, daily. You're always saying, this is a partnership. So what am I willing to do to understand my partner and the needs that I have and the expectations that I have? And are we, again, going back to the beginning of our topic with communication and truth? Am I willing to speak up my truth of, this is what I expect? Are we in sync? Or how do we create a win-win situation?
Yeah. And when in doubt, go into counseling. That can be really eye-opening and very helpful. And so I hope that helps. Okay.
Yep. True, Joy. Very true. Thank you for mentioning that. And
If both sides are willing to communicate in a healthy way too,
Right.
Yeah.
This has been truly an insightful session. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. And to the new people, thank you. We'll be here next Monday for Mystical Monday Musings. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And Laura, what do you got coming up?
Let me think. What do I got coming up? I'm trying to think. Oh, I've got a class. Yes. Yeah. You probably know my schedule more than I do at this point. I know my brain. June 26th, I have a class I'm teaching online, Introduction to Mediumship. So if you're just even a little bit curious about how mediumship works and you just kind of want to get some insight into that, or if you had some experiences and you want to understand it some more, join me at Introduction to Mediumship. And you go to my website, laurawooster.com, and click on the classes, and you can do that. It's like 3 hours long on a Wednesday night, June 26th. Yeah.
That's really good.
You've got coming up, Elias.
You're welcome, Sherry. You're welcome. I have something called Get Your Groove Back. and that
Ooh.
starts this Thursday. And Get Your Groove Back is all about understanding how you operate. And I'm trying to be clever here, Laura. So hang on one second. I'm trying to stall at the same time, but it isn't. Oh, here it is. All right. 1 second, please hold everybody. Ready, Laura? Look what high tech I got. Get your groove back. So
Oh,
you can align with your authentic self. We'll learn what a soul contract is. And that soul contract is something like the I ams that you tell yourself that you want to build into yourself. You're going to learn how to face your fears. We all have chaotic noise, outside chaotic noise, inside chaotic noise. We're going to learn how to cancel that. And we're going to talk a little about intuition. And it's a 5-week program. It's limited to 20 people. And it starts this Thursday for 5 weeks. We're going to skip July 4th. And there you have it. I just learned how to do this kind of funky thing a couple of weeks ago, Laura. So I was like, ooh, that's really good. Yeah.
Well done. Yay.
Yay. That's what I got going on. So thanks, everybody, for being here, truly.
Have a great week.
And please like, follow, and subscribe on each of our, I don't know why I was doing this, on each of our YouTube channels. It's the staircase people. Their energy is like, woo, 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 woo.
It's good energy, good vibe.
Yes, it's different. We're going to have a movie coming out, The People of the Stairs. It's a series.
The Children of the Corn. People of the Stairs.
So thanks everybody for watching us. And again, please subscribe to our YouTube channels. That helps us so much. It really does, because, I'll speak for Laura. She has some amazing messages, and you all know and love her, and all of you that follow me, that you now follow Laura, thank you, because Laura's one of those educators that really cares. And I think with your assistance, we can make a bigger community. And that's what this is all about, is creating community and creating awareness. So you guys don't need us. You can actually do this stuff for yourselves. So
yeah, that's right.
There you go. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next Monday from It's so good. Better than Campbell's soup. Mystical Monday Musings. All right, take care, everybody. Be well.
Have a great week.